guys, I'm back for my Raw review. Now, I've been a bit of a fail at doing YouTube videos lately, and I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get back on track, but it's really difficult because obviously, as you know, Wednesday and Sundays are my only days off, and now because obviously Liam's moved back and because he works like a lot of like the evenings during the week, Sunday's actually the only day that I can see him, so that makes it really difficult for me to do like a SmackDown review on Sunday. And the last few weeks I've been doing 12-hour shifts on Saturday, so I don't finish till like 10 o'clock, and by then it's like too late for me to watch SmackDown because I also work Friday nights. So it's been like really like difficult for me to get around to doing videos. So obviously I will try my best to do them, but it may just be that I can only really review Raw and pay-per-views and the occasional SmackDown review, but I'll see how it goes. And obviously even Wednesdays it's getting a bit difficult for me to kind of, you know, always get videos done on time because I just seem to have like so much other stuff to do, but I'm trying, guys. So please don't hate me too much if I do have to kind of stop doing videos again, but I am trying. So ooh, there we go. So that was that. But yeah, no, obviously, yeah, and I'm going to be a fail next week as well because we're having like our kitchen like redone, like at the start of next week. So it means that we have to be out of the house. So I'm not actually going to be here. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to watch Extreme Rules until like Friday, which is like appalling. I have to try and see if my grandparents will let me buy it on their TV. Probably not, but you know, so I've got to stay with them, so I won't be able to like do like Extreme Rules Raw or anything review at least until the weekend, which is really lame, so I do apologise in advance for that. So I'm basically going to be a failure of a YouTuber for the rest of the month, but you know, never mind. But no, so just so much stuff going on at the moment. Like this is my little life update. Basically at work, I've been made like acting manager of like my department, customer service at Tesco, because obviously my manager's doing something different, so that's been like really crazy, and it's just like so much like extra work because it's not like I've, you know, been taken off of my normal job role. I'm still doing that plus customer service manager, so it's a bit like scary. But no, I've managed to book a holiday because we had like a whole palaver like last night because basically you know, they do those coach companies that like do like the holidays and you get all the free trips and like evening meal and all that included, so I was like, oh, that's really cheap. So we all had it all booked for Nuki, and then they phoned yesterday, sorry, it's fully booked, you can't go there. And I was like, oh no, but we're going to Bournemouth now. So if anybody's been to Bournemouth before, please tell me if it's nice, because I just had to pick like a random place that still had spaces. So I picked Bournemouth, so I'm hoping that it's quite a nice place. Anyway, that's like my little brief like life update that's happened in the last kind of, you know, few months. Oh, and I've set a wedding date as well. I'm getting married in June next year. Scary stuff, but it's going to be good. Anyway, so that's enough about that, because I'm sure you probably don't care. So I'm going to talk about Raw. Obviously, it was a 3-hour special, and it just seemed to drag. I know it's an extra hour, but it just felt like the longest Raw ever. I looked to see how long I've been watching it for, and it was like 1 hour, 2 hours remaining, and I was like, what? But no, so there was some good things, some bad things. Contract signing was supposed to start the show between Lesnar and Cena, but Cena, you know, no, Cena was there, but Lesnar hadn't showed up yet, so obviously they said it was going to be later on. But then Edge came out, and it was a bit like, oh cool, Edge is here, and he was literally just yelling, we need the old Cena back, I didn't come here to talk to new Cena, I wanted the old Cena back, and that was it. And then you didn't see him again for the rest of the show, and it was like, well, that was random. You know, not like even like Cena and Edge were like good friends. I know he pointed out that they were like, you know, the biggest rivals, but yeah, anyway, that was kind of like strange. But anyway, so then we had Chris Jericho facing Kofi. This is going to be a really brief review because I've got loads to do today. Chris Jericho and Kofi Kingston was actually a very good match. I watched the whole of this match and it was like really good. Kofi is a good worker, I will say that. But yeah, he hits his does he hit the boom drop? And I think he goes to the Trouble in Paradise, or does he actually hit the Trouble in Paradise and Jericho kicks out? Can't remember. No, he hits the SOS actually. I'm getting all confused with his different moves. But then Kofi goes to dive off the top rope, but Jericho catches him with a mid-air codebreaker and makes him tap out to the walls of Jericho. Yeah, but then Jericho gets a mic and he says that Extreme Rules he will become WWE Champion, and Punk is an extreme failure. And he says that he's bought him a gift to help him after he loses on Sunday. And then they go backstage and it ends up being like a big like liquor basket. So so CM Punk's like, you know, gives it away to did he give it to Josh Matthews? Yeah, he gives it away to him, but then keeps a bottle of Jack Daniels, and it's like, No, I think he was keeping that so that he could like hit Jericho over the head with it. After he beats him, R-Truth faced Lord Tensai. Tensai wins. He's like really boring. I'm not really still buying into like the whole kind of gimmick, but we'll see what happens. Kane, like I say, his promos are really like dull in this feud. Even though I like Randy Orton, this feud is not really that interesting. Kane says that Orton will never be the monster that he is, but then Orton appears on the screen and he says that, you know, he's like doing revenge for like what he did to his father a couple weeks ago on SmackDown. So he has like Paul Bearer tied up, and he pushes him into like a giant chiller or freezer or whatever it was supposed to be, I don't know, like really like misty, and it was like, what? Why would they have that in a sports arena? Anyway, so but Kane says that he couldn't care less about Bearer, that he won't save him, but then Orton runs out and they start brawling and Kane retreats. And then later on you see like Kane go to the chiller and make sure no one's around, he checks and Bearer's in there, and then Paul Bearer's like, Kane, you came to save me, and he's like, yes, I came to save you from me, and puts him back in the chiller, and it's like, what? This is like the weirdest thing ever. Anyway. Tag team match, Alberto Del Rio and Cody Rhodes facing Big Show and Great Khali. Ooh, I hope these guys aren't going to be like a permanent tag team, seriously. Anything that Khali does just makes me want to press the fast forward button. I can't watch Khali matches, they are so bad. But Big Show gets the win with a choke slam on Cody Rhodes after Del Rio bails and leaves Cody Rhodes on his own. Backstage, Brock Lesnar arrives, Josh Matthews goes to interview him and kind of, you know, I can't exactly remember what he says, but he says something about the possibility of him like losing like on Sunday. And is my camera going funny? No, it's still recording, that's fine. He says something about, yeah, like about him losing on Sunday, but then Brock Lesnar like takes out like Josh, you know, like, well, first of all he like kind of like pins him up against the wall and he's like, I'm just doing my job, and then Lesnar snaps and kind of like throws him like into like the staging thing, I don't know what you want to call it, railing, that kind of thing. So takes him out backstage. So that was quite good. I'm getting the sense that people are losing interest in Brock Lesnar because he's getting like booed. Like the initial when his music hits he gets cheered, but then he gets kind of like booed like really quickly after that. And I'll talk about the last segment at the end. Oh, that was bad. So then we had the Divas tag team match, Divas match. It was Nikki Bella facing Beth Phoenix for the Divas title. Eve comes out and says that now that she's like acting assistant, whatever, executive person, I can't remember exactly what she said. She said that she's going to make it a lumberjill match. Yay! And then it was horrendous because Nikki Bella won. Oh, why did that have to happen? You know, they were like saying, oh, you kind of got the sense because they were saying, like, oh, Beth Phoenix is approaching the longest like reign ever. Why not let her beat it and then at least have like a decent person as being, you know, the longest kind of like champion? But anyway, I don't know if it was legit or if it was just a work. But anyway, Beth went to go on the outside and kind of jumped down. And she made it like her ankle like went funny because she like could barely like walk after that and like looked like she was like really like in a lot of pain. But then obviously since I like watched it, I've read on the internet that people are saying that it's a work because it could mean that Karma's coming back or whatever. But why do they have to make her like lose like the title for that? You know, it's like, oh, Nikki Bella, I don't care about the Bella twins, they're so bad. But yeah, so we'll see if that actually was legit or not. I don't really know, but if anyone else knows any more, then let me know. Then we had like the whole segment. God, this was a really long Raw. Seriously, it's like so much stuff happened. They're backstage, and Jericho is saying to Laurinaitis that Punk's drunk and that, you know, he needs to you know, have like a sobriety like test. And Eve's like, yes, you know, if anyone, you know, can be like suspended or whatever if they are found to be drinking within 12 hours of a WWE event. Stone Cold Steve Austin APA, anyone? Drinking beers like all the time, like during the show, but whatever. So then they do that. So it's yeah, they're out in the ring. Punk is like pretty much, he's like pretending to be drunk, obviously because he's like failing, he can't like recite the alphabet backwards, even though that's like really, I can do it, but you know, it's a really random thing to get people to do the alphabet backwards anyway, and then walking in a straight line, so you know, the police like declare that he's like drunk. But then he's like, oh, I need one more chance, I know I can do it. So like he shows that he was actually pretending the whole time. And then he like hits Jericho in the head with a microphone and starts brawling. So Punk has got the kind of, you know, upper hand for like the first time in this. So I'm hoping it won't mean that Jericho's actually going to win. Because, you know, I do really like Jericho, but I obviously like CM Punk more at the moment. So Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Daniel Bryan is the referee, obviously, because of the whole thing that if Sheamus touches a referee again, then he'll, you know, be like suspended or whatever. But obviously Daniel Bryan cheats and like does like the really quick, well, Mark Henry like pins Sheamus, but he does like a really fast count like in less than a second, and then he like locks the LaBelle lock on Sheamus after the match. Not really interested in that match, to be honest. I'm just, oh, I don't know. Kind of like lost interest in that feud, to be honest. I mean, Daniel Bryan's more interesting now, but Sheamus, like I said, even like from back at the Royal Rumble I said I wasn't interested in Sheamus as champion. I'm still not interested, to be honest. This is ridiculous, the whole tag team like champions, like Epico and Primo are just getting jobbed out to like, you know, like everybody. They're like the champions and they're just like losing all the time. They face Zack Ryder and Santino Marella. Santino gets the win with the Cobra and it's like, right. And then we have Brodus Clay and Hornswoggle facing Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. I wish they wouldn't do this with Brodus Clay, because I was like really thinking, oh good, they're like, you know, pushing him, they're putting in matches with people like Ziggler, and now they teamed him with Hornswoggle, and it's just like brought his credibility right back down. So that's not good, but the match didn't actually, you know, get finished because Vicky kind of interfered, and then Ziggler and Swagger left, and they kind of, yeah, all like surrounded like her in the ring, but then she left and they started dancing and it's like, right. But anyway, so that was like a really quick skim through thing of Raw, but then the last segment was obviously the contract signing. So this time Cena comes up, oh, I've got it all the way around again. This time Lesnar comes out and Cena no-shows, and it's just like literally like dead air, like it's so boring. Like it was just Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar like making all these like demands about what he wants, like, you know, he oh, what did he say? He says that, yeah, it has to be him that, like, you know, makes, like, all the kind of, like, decisions. He wants to use Vince McMahon's private, you know, jet and stuff, and he wants it to be called, like, yeah, WWE Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar, all this stuff, and it was so dull. I mean, not kidding. Just, like, ripping off completely the CM Punk contract signing from before Money in the Bank, when he was, like, listing all the stuff that he wanted, like, you know, from Vince and stuff, and it was just really bad, and, like, loads of people in, like, the crowd were, like, chanting, like, boring, and, you know, you suck, and Brock is fake and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that was not like a good segment, and it just seemed to drag on, and yeah, Brock Lesnar's promos aren't good. Honestly, I know loads of people say this, but his voice does not suit the way that he looks. His voice is, oh, I don't know, it just sounds so weird. He's got too high of a voice for a guy that looks like Brock Lesnar. But anyway, so, Laurinaitis agrees to, like, you know, all of that stuff, and then John Cena comes out, and, yeah, so apparently the old Cena means that he just wears, like, that big, like, padlock chain around his neck, apparently. So he comes out there, and he doesn't actually say anything, you know, he's just, like, they're standing in the ring for ages, and then he, like, kind of does, yeah, Lesnar's just saying that, you know, Cena's, like, scared of him, and stuff like that. But then Cena does actually sign the contract, and then they just kind of, like, stare at each other. Lesnar leaves the ring, and it's like, wow, what a last segment. It was so dull. So, yeah, the Chris Jericho and Kofi match was good. The segment with Punk and Jericho was good, but the rest of it was pretty much really bad. So I'm hoping the Extreme Rules will be good. The only thing that I always find the problem, I used to be the same with Backlash, and that is that it's literally just a repeat of WrestleMania. Like, the match is the same, you know, Punk and Jericho is happening again, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes and Big Show. There's probably more matches that I just can't think of right now. But yeah, no, it just seems to be, yeah, Kane and Orton again. So it just seems to be like, honestly, the same matches, and it's a bit like, well, that's lame. I know it's supposed to be, that was why it used to be called Backlash, because it was like, you know, the after effects of all that, but it's a bit annoying. But I mean, it could be an okay show. Not very interesting gimmicks, like I said last time. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, like I said, so I won't be doing another review for at least over a week now. Sorry guys, don't hate me too much, and I probably won't be on like Facebook or Twitter or anything, so well, I'll try and avoid it anyway, because I don't want to like read any like spoilers and stuff before I get around to actually watching the show. But no, so thanks for watching this video. Leave comments if you want to, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!